Ja?
Het doel van je fragment, ik loop even uit beeld. Het doel van het fragment is dat je het hebt over jongeren en hun.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our first episode of the HMUN podcast. I'm Avi, and with me my fantastic co-host Kato.
Hey everyone! Yeah, that's me. I'm Kato. Thanks for tuning in to our very first episode of the HMUN podcast. We're so excited to kick off this podcast series with a really special guest speaker, Jelle Snoeks.
Jelle Snoeks is joining us today, and we're eager to hear his insights. But before we dive into our conversation with Jelle, let's extend a warm welcome to all the national and international students who will be joining us over the next 3 days. The HMUN staff is ready to answer any of your questions or assist you in any way.
Now, first, let's welcome our guest speaker, Jelle Snoeks, to the podcast. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi. Well, yeah, my name is Jelle Snoeks, as mentioned. I've been in the Navy, Royal Netherlands Navy, for 38 years. And after those 38 years, I retired. But then I started working again here at this school, at the Stedelijk Gymnasium, for about 9 years. And about 1 week ago, I really finally retired in total.
Just 1 week ago.
Yeah.
So, and you are familiar with HMUN?
Yes, very much. The last 9 years I was present during the HMUN, so I know. Yeah.
And before joining this school in HMUN, were you already familiar? Or
Now, I was familiar with the UN, but not with the HMUN.
And what are your thoughts on this initiative?
On this initiative
Yeah.
today?
The HMUN.
Today I'm here as a guest speaker on the subject of combating international cooperation in combating terrorism.
That sounds really inspiring.
No.
Later today, you will be giving a speech. And what's the most important message that you want to share with our students?
Well, I think the most important message is that you have to look at from. You have to try to always look at the other perspective. You always have your own perspective, but you have to try to understand how the other party thinks. And by knowing or trying to understand how the other party thinks, you are better in finding solutions for both of them.
Okay, so we've learned that you used to be a high-ranking officer in the Royal Netherlands Navy and served as a commando in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
What it was like to work in conflict zones like Afghanistan?
It was more or less, it was exciting. And sometimes it was dangerous, and that made it exciting as well. And it was very good. As a matter of fact, it gave me lots of good opportunities to do good, let's say it that way. But on the other hand, I was facing lots of death and lots of injured people, our soldiers who got injured, very much injured, and I visited them in hospitals, and that really left a mark at me. So there are good sides and bad sides on that.
Yeah, we can understand.
And as a guest speaker, do you also acknowledge those lessons you learned in the Navy and you use them in your speeches?
I think so. What I mentioned is try to look at it from the other side, from the other perspective. Stay out of your bubble. Try to really try to understand the other one, and only when you try to understand the other one, you are able, with what I mentioned, to find solutions, to find common grounds, and that will help you in the end.
Now let's watch this fragment together.
This used to be a school. Now it's a community center run by volunteers hosting 125 families, both refugees and Sudanese IDPs who fled the conflict in Khartoum. What's extremely inspiring is that these young men and women did not wait. They took action themselves and wanted to help their community. They set up this place, they manage it, they organize all the activities, and most importantly, they're creating a sense of hope to people who've lost everything because of the conflict in Sudan.
وتطوع الشباب الحاصل عامة ده اللي هي مثلا رغبة مننا جميعا، تمام، اللي هو تقديم عمل خيري، اللي هو شيء لوجه الله، حاجة خيرية للناس المتواجدين المتضررين، الفاقدين أهاليهم، الفاقدين بيوتهم، الفاقدين حتى الحياة اللي هم سنين بيجمعوا فيها في لحظة حاجة هم حبوها، هم حبوا يقدموا.
Thank you, Thijs, for the fragment. Jelle, with your experience, how do you hope to inspire the young people to take the step you took to go to a conflict zone and help, or as a journalist, doctor, or aid worker, or like the students in the video did?
Well, I think that's a really good question, and therefore it's also a difficult question to answer. I think that in the end, after you finish your school, it's always good to make a step outside. What's right now being thought of in the government is introducing a service year for youngsters, and I think that is really it could be a very wise step, that you step out of your bubble, your gymnasium bubble, and before you go to the university, you do something else, and by doing something else, you open your heart and your mind for other cultures. Other thoughts, other people. And that could be in any way. It could be by nursing, it could be by aid work, it could be in the military. Since I'm a military, I'm more or less sometimes advertising military, but I hope you don't mind for that. But our being in Afghanistan was not, we were part of the International Security and Assistance Force, ISAF. And that was a NATO organized mission in order to help the Afghans introducing and creating their own country. And we did it in cooperation with all kinds of relief agents. And what we did, we helped to make drills, to drill water. We built schools. We tried to build democracies. And so that was not fighting, but it was really creating a country, trying to create a country. And that's also part of military. This military is not only fighting, it is also helping. And now, but you don't have to be military to do that. You can also go to Médecins Sans Frontières or something like that. There's so many good things to do. And I really would like to inspire people, before go to university, try to go outside of your bubble, try to go outside of your world, see the other kind, and help people. And that really will give you lots and lots of luggage, but it's good luggage to carry with you for the rest of your life.
Thank you. And maybe it's something to do with the theme of this year's conference, because the theme is shaping our future, innovating systems to meet a changing reality. Do you think that the world has changed significantly in your field of work, and how it's going to change?
Well, yeah, certainly the world has changed. I think also that's a difficult question to answer. But the funny thing is, about 20 years ago, introducing internet, I thought the world would become safer by that, by getting more information available for everyone. And instead of getting more information and be more on the same level of information, it appeared that the information was misused, creating as many bubbles as possible, and people getting drawn into a bubble and are not able to communicate with people outside of their bubble. So the polarization has grown immensely, and that was a by effect of the internet, which I didn't expect. And right now, what I see is that the world has changed so much that there are so many different parties that do not communicate, and that's something which we really have to improve, I think.
I think it sounds really inspiring. We are excited to hear your speech later on.
All right.
Thank you for joining us here today.
Well, thanks for having me.
Welcome back to the HMUN podcast, where we delve into the world of the Model United Nations. I'm here with Pleun van Til today, our SG. So, Pleun, you are SG, but what has inspired you to take on this role?
To become SG, well, last year I was one of the conference managers at the conference, and even all the stress moments, I found it amazing and just wanted to do it all again. And I thought, I just wanted to become Secretary General and just speech and do the whole package.
Yeah, okay, I get that one. Thank you for answering. And as Secretary General, what has been the most challenging thing you had to face this year?
I believe because you have a whole staff beneath you, we have 23 people of the staff who are beneath me. And sometimes leading them, that's very hard because some of them are even your friends. So just giving them, being very strict on them for some of their tasks was a challenge, especially at the beginning.
Yeah, I get that. For aspiring leaders in the MUN community, what is your advice for them?
To go out there, share their opinions, let their voice be heard, and follow your ambitions and dreams, especially.
Thank you for your answer. And what has been your favorite moment from HMUN or just MUN this year?
I think this year in Cambridge, we went to a conference in Cambridge, and it was with the whole staff or most of the staff, and it was actually one big bonding time for the staff. So it was a test for this weekend, actually.
And what would you finally have to say for beginning MUNers?
Do not be scared or nervous to speech. All of all your peers in your committee have been there too, and they understand how it feels to be a beginning delegate, and they probably just want to help you, and they will not crack you down, whatever. So just get in front of everybody, deliver your speech, and hopefully you get your ideas through.
Thank you, Pleun, for all your answers. And today at at 1:30 with Peter van Leenveld, we will have another. Another. Okay, so we I just heard we have another few questions. Pleun, as Secretary General, why are you Secretary General? I mean, why not take a DSG role or something smaller?
At the beginning, I knew this year would be very, very busy because it's also my 5th year in school. So all the exam things start. But last year, I found it so fun to do with our amazing staff from last year. And I just wanted to do it again. And the reason I didn't want to become DGO, or otherwise I wanted to become DGO, I thought I'll just try for Secretary General. And if I get the position, I'll gladly do it and learn from the whole experience, because I really have learned a lot this year within around people, around businesses, organizing a full conference. A lot of things are needed for a conference, and you learn a lot.
And this is the first day of HMUN, but what have been your highs and lows already?
To be honest, the beginning of the day was a bit stressful, to say the least. But my amazing staff has picked it up very fast to just get everything in order. So that I'm very thankful that they all had their responsibilities and took them very seriously. And I think that's also one of my highs. You really get the stress part, and it really comes on the first day in the morning. And hopefully the rest of the weekend is a little bit more calm. But I do think just also appreciating the stress, because last year I only saw it as bad, but this year I did realize that sometimes I thought it was pretty fun to have the adrenaline, even if it didn't seem fun, what the problem was. But just enjoy, because it's all part of the conference.
And this year you're a duo SG with Julian. And how would you describe how you guys work together? Because you're also good friends, so how would you balance that?
I was very interested in how it would go because we are very good friends, and also a part of our friend group is also in the staff. So I was a little bit scared at the beginning that maybe sometimes we would get in a fight and or HMU1 will come between our or affect our friendship, but it didn't at all. Julian is very different from me. Um, I really believe he doesn't feel the emotion stress. So that's really, I do. So sometimes it's really nice to have one who's calm and he's one like we can't do anything about it now, so why stress?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I would do the scenarios of whatever could go wrong. So it's very different from me, and yeah, I really like that because I think we feel each other on. I'm not sure what the
We feel
English
each other out.
not
Yeah,
sure what
okay.
the English word is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really a fun experience. And from first, we would come together and first have an hour of MUN, and then after we would meet with our whole friend group. So that's kind of the dynamic is very fun.
Oh, it's really fun. Okay, I think we are bound to wrap up. Thank you, Pleun, for all of your answers, and it was really fun. At 1:30, we have an interview with Peter van Leyenveld, so please watch, and thank you.
it's unhealthy, then I don't give a damn. Cause even if it kills me, I'll always take your hand. It's unhealthy, they just don't understand. And when they try to stop me, just know nobody can. You're still gonna be my man. Hey, 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 still gonna be my man. Hey, oh, this body high gives me sleepless nights. It's a million times what any jerk could give. And my red eyes, they are twice as wide. It might look like pain, but to me it's bliss. All my friends they say that you're bad for me. Guess they never felt the high we're on right now. And my sister says I should run away, but she don't know that I just don't know how. Well, if it's unhealthy, then I don't give a damn. Cause even if it kills me, I'll always take your hand. It's unhealthy, they just don't understand. And when they try to stop me, just know nobody can. You're still gonna be my man. Hey, 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 still gonna be my man. Hey, hey, you're still gonna be my man. Hey, still gonna be my man. Still gonna be my man.
It's the hardest. Take me back to the garden, just you and me. You know where to find me. The place I always go. I always go. I always go. How I love you. How I love you. How I love you. Yes, I do, yes, I do. How I love you. How I love you. How I love you. Yes, I do, yes, I do. Here in the shadows, where we can go further, somewhere between a yes and no. Even the questions bring us close. You draw me close and I let go.
Anything I can do, you can do better. Anything you can do, we can do too. I went from giving my best to living in rest, to living in union with you. Sipping new wine with Jesus. You turn my garden to grape juice. I ain't lost when I find you. You know I am yours and your mine's too. All of my past has been made new. All of my debts have been paid too. You turn my broken to beautiful when I'm living and moving inside you. I went from doing to being, just like a butterfly, it is so freeing. Yeah, ain't no more striving when I'm in a body. Ain't no more climbing when I'm in Mount Zion. Serpents be trying, but eagles be flying. Devils be lying, but I'm in the lion. I got my feet on the head of the giant. I got my eyes on the king and I'm crying. They owe me is dying. I'm tired of trying, but you keep on telling me
how I love you. How I love you. How I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. How I love you. How I love you. How I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Can't draw a line between us. There'll be no past between us. No past.
I do, yes I do.
Vois sur ton chemin, gamins oubliés, égarés, donne-leur la main pour les mener vers d'autres landes. Donne-leur la main pour les mener vers d'autres landes. Sans cœur de la vie, loin de l'espoir, lointeur de la vie, sentier de gloire, la vie de la vie, sentier de gloire, sentier de gloire. Bonheur enfantin, trop vite oublié, effacé, une lumière dorée brille sans fin tout au bout du chemin. Lumière dorée brille sans fin. Vois sur ton chemin, gamins oubliés, égarés, donne-leur la main pour les mener vers d'autres landes. Donne-leur la main pour les mener vers d'autres landes. Sans cœur de la vie, loin de l'espoir, lointeur de la vie, sentier de sang. Cœur de la vie, loin de
Ik heb iemand nodig die mijn geld regelt en mijn inbox checkt. Ik koop mijn boxers nog op straat die soms met winkeltag. Stond op Pinkpop net, dat was mijn Champions League debuut. Money lang, langer nu dan wat ik ren in 10 minuten. Ik ben een rich ass junkie, smokkel altijd tas mee op vakantie. Weet alleen dat ding blaast, paardenkracht als Ankie. Had sexy punky, zij hoeft alleen mooi te wezen. Ik doe alle fooitjes scheef.
Rennen op mijn Maxies, klappen en decepties. Ik zweer ze waren sceptisch, mijn hele zwarte techvlies. Was bijna lichtgrijs, tot ze zagen ik had echt iets. 20 ruggen flat fee, kom ik op je vesties. Nostalgisch, perenijs van Vestini. Sta voor 30k man, voelde als ecstasy. En als ik maandags dan beland daar in die afterdip, zit ik tenminste 30 hoog, ja dat is gangster shit. Om je ziek, zwak, misselijk, ik stond er, had geen keus. Nu ben ik all up in je visie als een pompert op je neus. Als ik heel even met een wijf klets, denk ik word er nog geneukt. Als ik heel eventjes de mic check, ja dan worden ze nerveus. Kevin, hey, hoe ga je pik? Hij vindt er nog steeds of ben je leeg, 120ste minuut. Hey, ja het blijft wel raar toch dit. Iedereen die doet opeens fake, zoals mijn makker en de bif. Je moet weten wat je waarde is. En weet je dat die stijgt als je hier met mij loopt. Hey, hoe ze doen het verbaast me dit. Ik heb al aardig wat bereikt, maar ik kijk nog omhoog. Zij is daar op elk feestje, denk ze leidt aan FOMO. Verder is de mind alleen maar op designer logo's. Al die mensen op mijn huid willen iets van slow flow. Ben nog liever volle prijs, fuck een kleine promo. Hey, yo, ze klaar heel de stilo, dus ik ben weer in het lab hier aan het zoeken naar wat nieuws. Schat, ik kom zo nog bij je terug. Stukje stoep, maar hij geen biro. En mijn chickie hier een dito weg. Je gaat me niet meer houden als ik trap hier op de brug. Ik heb een beetje in de wakkie met een goede acai-bol. Billy streams verder, ik weet niet hoeveel titels. Ik loop uit de Ansnap met mijn roer en met mijn needles. Die man die alles sloopt, dat is die man hier in de spiegel. Hoe bedoel je kef leeg? Ga mezelf betalen zo meteen voor deze FT. Ampam is bedekt, nee. Laat me switchen naar die autopiloot. Hey, al die jaren moest ik bouwen omhoog. Ik ben nog steeds Kevin, hey, hoe ga je pik? Hij vindt er nog steeds of ben je leeg, 120ste minuut. Hey, ja het blijft wel raar toch dit. Iedereen die doet opeens fake, zelfs mijn makker en de bif. Je moet weten wat je waarde is. En weet je dat die stijgt als je hier met mij loopt. Hey, hoe ze doen het verbaast me dit. Ik heb al aardig wat bereikt, maar ik kijk nog omhoog.
Back in the day, he was a decent guy, but then I don't even know what happened to him. I think he moved to Holland in Rotterdam. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you. What's his name again? Bloody hell. His name is Slowfly. I want to introduce you. Ladies and gentlemen, there we go.
He said, are you serious? I try, but I can't figure out. I've been next to you all night and still don't know what you're about. You keep talking, but not much coming out your mouth. Can't you tell that I want you? I say it. I would want myself. Baby, please believe me. I'll put you through hell. Just know me, yeah, yeah. So sure of yourself. Baby, don't get greedy. That shit want it well. And well. I see you eyeing me down, but you'll never know much past my name or how I'm running this room around, and that I'm still half your age. Yeah, you looking at me like I'm some sweet escape. Obvious that you want me, but I said I would want myself. Baby, please believe me. I'll put you through hell. Just know me, yeah, yeah. So sure of yourself. Baby, don't get greedy. That shit want it well. And well. He said, I'm just curious. Is this for real or just an act? Can't
And what are your thoughts on this initiative?
On this initiative
Yeah.
today,
The HMUN.
today I'm here as a guest speaker in on the subject of combating to do good.
Hey everyone, yeah, that's me. I'm Kato. Thanks for tuning in to our very first episode of the HMUN podcast. That's me.
My the H
Good sides and bad sides on that.
Yeah, we can understand.
And as a guest speaker, do you also acknowledge those lessons you learned in the Navy and you use them in your speeches?
I think so. I think so. What I mentioned is try to look
dat houdt me tegen. Niemand mag het weten, ik moet nog ergens zijn. Houdini, ik verdwijn. Poef. Klokslag, middernacht, Prinsengracht, taxi door de binnenstad. Schat, ik kom nu naar je toe. Doe de lichten uit, ik ben aan. Jij denkt dat we slapen gaan, maar ik ben nu nog niet moe. Nee, ik wil nog lang niet slapen. Nee, nee, toch zit ik op je kamer. Hey, hey, je buren gaan me haten. Oh nee, kom liggen, hoezo sta je? Je bent mijn satisfier. Je wilt ontbijten samen in de stad. Voor je het kan vragen, zoek ik al naar mijn jas. Toch weet ik vanavond, als ik weer bij je aankom, neem jij mijn jas weer aan. Dat is altijd hoe het gaat. Oeps. Klokslag, middernacht, Prinsengracht, taxi door de binnenstad. Schat, ik kom nu naar je toe. Doe de lichten uit, ik ben aan. Jij denkt dat we slapen gaan, maar ik ben nu nog niet moe. Nee, ik wil nog lang niet slapen. Nee, nee, toch zit ik op je kamer. Hey, hey, je buren gaan me haten. Oh nee, kom liggen, hoezo sta je? Je bent mijn satisfier. Ik wil nog lang niet slapen. Nee, nee, toch zit ik op je kamer. Hey, hey, je buren gaan me haten. Oh nee, kom liggen, hoezo sta je? Je bent mijn satisfier.
Never had it turn out so bad. Never had a reason to go back. Now I'm in the dark with this empty heart, and it's fading to black, fading to black. I see your face in everyone that I meet now, and that's why I keep chasing those traces of you around the corner. Nothing but your touch will do, 'cause I need closure. I've been smoking out for long. I've been waiting for the song to tell you how much I really feel about you. Chasing those traces of you, of you. And that's why I'm acting like a psycho for your love, for your love. So why can't you tell me what's wrong? I keep on just singing my songs from me to me, by me. You got that reputation. I see your face in everyone that I meet now, and that's why I keep chasing those traces of you around the corner. Nothing but your touch will do, 'cause I need closure. I've been smoking out for long. I've been waiting for the song to tell you how much I really feel about you. Chasing those traces of you, of you. And that's why I keep chasing those traces of you around the corner. Nothing but your touch will do, 'cause I need closure. I've been smoking out for long. I've been waiting for the song to tell you how much I really feel about you. Chasing those traces
every time. I don't mean to be cold, but it's how I get. Me and on my pride, tryna burn down every damn bridge anytime we can. And again, I'm a wild ride that never stops. I'm a hard case they can't unlock. And I swear I can't lie, just not enough. Let's just say it is what it is and was what it was. Kisses to my exes who don't give a shit about me. Kisses to the next ones who think they can live without me. And make a point, break up, and they swear they never call me. But I still keep their number in the necklace. Kisses to my exes. I'm sorry, sorry that you love me. Change my mind up like it's origami. Oh, I'm sorry, sorry that you love me. Change my mind up like it's origami. Say I wanna go there, they don't wanna leave. Make another promise that I can't keep. I don't ever know what I want, but that's what you want. If you're down with it, don't blame me. Making it all before it starts, making it all up in my head. Probably just overshare about things I never meant. I'm a wild ride that never stops. I'm a hard case they can't unlock. And I swear I can't lie, just not enough. Let's just say it is what it is and was what it was. Kisses to my exes who don't give a shit about me. Kisses to the next ones who think they can live without me. Make a point, break up, and they swear they never call me. I still keep their number in the necklace. Kisses to my exes. I'm sorry, sorry that you love me. Change my mind up like it's origami. Oh, I'm sorry, sorry that you love me. Change my mind up like it's origami. Kisses to my exes, I know that I did you dirty. Little messed up, little selfish. We ain't married, I ain't 30. Yeah, we hooked up, then we broke up, and I said you really hurt me. But I still got your number and your necklace. Kisses to my exes.
You're making me wanna lie in the middle of an ocean tide, riding waves in the northern lights, holding hands, floating in the sky. Yeah. I never knew you were this heartless. You turned me apart by parting ways that I never knew. What is making me fall for you? I don't wanna wait. Just a second is way too late. Falling for you on a dinner date. Meeting you is a big mistake. I don't wanna wait. Just a second is way too late. Falling for you on a dinner date. Meeting you is a big mistake. But what do I know? If you were with me, I'd be alone. And now I'm with you, I don't know. Tell me why, tell me why. I'm trying my best to tell you the thing that's on my chest and dying alone inside my mind. Tell me why now. I don't wanna wait. Just a second is way too late. Falling for you on a dinner date. Meeting you is a big mistake. I don't wanna wait. Just a second is way too late. Falling for you on a dinner date. Meeting you is a big mistake. What do I know? If you were with me, I'd be alone. And now I'm with you, I don't know. Tell me why, tell me why. I'm trying my best to tell you the thing that's on my chest and dying alone inside my mind. Tell me why now. I don't wanna wait. Just a second is way too late. Falling for you on a dinner date. Meeting you is a big mistake. I don't wanna wait. Just a second is way too late. Falling for you on a dinner date. Meeting you is a big mistake. But what do I know? If you were with me, I'd be alone. And now I'm with you, I don't know. Tell me why. I'm trying my best to tell you the thing that's on my chest.
on the dance floor. But you better not kill the groove, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. Oh, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know about your kind. And so 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 I'll have to play. If you think you're getting away, I will prove you wrong. I'll take you all the way. Boy, just come along. Hear me when I say, hey. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, 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 it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. Oh, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. There may be others, and so and so and so and so and so and so and so. You'll just have to pray. If you think you're getting away, I will prove you wrong. I'll take you all the way. Stay another song. I'll blow you all away. Hey. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, 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 it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna turn this house around somehow. Murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, 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 it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. Don't think you'll get away. I will prove you wrong. I'll take you all the way. Boy, just come along. Hear me when I say, hey. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, 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 it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, 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 it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ.
Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast. Today I'm here with Sasha. She's our Deputy Secretary General of Representation, and with Anna, our sponsoring manager. Um, Sasha, what do you think of life in the staff? Do you think it's very stressful, or do you like it?
I do think it's very stressful, but it was mostly stressful this morning because we had some problems. But I mean, I think the vibe in the staff overall is so good. Everybody's so nice to each other, and I mean, I really like this year's staff.
Thank you. And Anna, what's your opinion about HMUN right now? I mean, was it hard for you the first day, or did everything run smoothly?
Well, let's say that not everything went smoothly. But I feel like when you're at a conference, you notice the things that don't move smoothly less than when you're organizing the conference, because now just everything's coming at you and you have to fix everything. But I think we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, but I mean, aside from the we had kind of a problem this morning. But
very curious about the problem.
Well, okay. So the problem was, I think Lidwai is she's the best person to explain it. She was in the middle of it.
Yeah, we had placards, the ones where with your country on them and you raise them high when you talk. Well, we had half of them this morning, and the other half needed to be printed, sorted, and brought to their committees.
And don't forget the ones who were printed on the wrong kind of paper.
Oh,
we
yeah.
had to print stiff them on other paper.
Yeah. So we had 2 hours to do all of this, and it was so stressful, but we kind of managed to do it all.
We did it so good.
Yeah.
Sorry, you did so well.
Thank you so much.
You really fixed the ones that you had to glue them on. That was done so cleanly. Like,
yeah.
How did you do that?
Louisa gave us like a little class on how to do it, and we did.
That's so Louisa.
Yeah, we copied her the whole time, and it was so funny.
I started with printing, stifting.
Print stifting.
On the
Gluing
entire
it together.
paper. So I was not doing it efficiently. I just started coloring it in almost, and then placking it on. So
placking it on. Yeah.
Are you tired? It's been a long day. I've been awake since 6 a.m. So
I've been awake since 5:30.
5:30?
Yeah.
Why were you awake on 5:30?
Because I have to leave at 6:30 from my house, and it was awful.
Oh,
it was awful.
That is awful.
Yeah, but okay.
I would have liked to be awake.
I got here late also. So
back to a little question, because you're a sponsoring manager, Anna, and you have another year left to go in the staff. Is there any position you might like to take in next year?
Yeah, so what I really like is the organizing tasks.
You don't
we
say.
Have we have the different branches at MUN, and one of them is Sasha's, the representation, and I'm mainly interested in the organizing tasks. So I would really like to maybe even be DSGO, but I'm not sure. It sounds like a lot of work, so...
It is so fun though, DSGO. I mean, you did it for the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
DSGO.
Yeah,
and you did it well. So, I mean, I think you should do it.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, and it's going to be so much fun, because DSG, it sounds like a lot of work because we're both Deputy Secretary General.
Yeah,
but
I think we make it more stressful than it is.
Yeah,
also.
Because, if you just stick to your planning, which is hard, it's perfectly doable.
I think I was also talking to Louisa, and I said, oh, well, what task are you interested in next year? And she said, oh, DSGR. And because I am DSGR, I was like, oh, that's so fun. Did I make it look fun? And she was like, no, you made it look stressful. But I mean, I think it is a fun task.
Yeah, she would be great. I think Louisa would be a great DSGR.
Yeah.
She's just so well organized.
Yeah.
The thing she does, she writes everything down. So it's not in her head. She writes everything down. That's so smart.
So smart.
And
I love how we're appreciating everyone here.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, we have to. I mean, everybody's just working their asses off.
Yeah.
But we couldn't have done this with 1 or 2 people less.
Yeah,
that would have been
so
impossible.
true.
That's crazy.
And we've done so many innovative things this year, like the podcast, and we're hosting kind of an episode about HMUN every day, which was
that's so fun.
Really stressful actually to do, because we had to find many people, but we have an awesome press team, so I really want to shout out to the press team.
Shout out to the press team.
They're perfect for this. But yeah, this year is really something else, and I really like it actually.
It is also because I mean I am a year older than you guys, so
No
for me-
way.
I am in the same year though. No, but I mean I didn't think I would be able to connect with the younger generation of HMUN because last year I connected with the older generation, so like I was in the middle of the older and like my year, and I thought maybe okay, well I'll stick to that. But now I think I've connected now. Well, connected is maybe the wrong word because I see Anna looking at me kind of mad. No, but I think it's so fun, like how. I mean, you don't see the differences between the years when you're at
No.
HMUN.
Yeah, I love
Everybody's
that.
the same. Well, maybe the SG's not, but
No.
Well, actually, I feel like, especially the last couple of weeks, because
Yeah.
you do notice that people, you come together during this stressful period. It's like we suddenly were friends because we have to do this.
well, I mean, I think I lost some friends maybe.
Yeah, we went to Cambridge this year, and I think like Cambridge.
You guys joined us the last day. The last
Yeah,
night.
Cambridge
So much fun.
really brought us closer together.
was-
Definitely, it was
Yeah.
so fun.
But also Cambridge, like when you're in a international conference,
Yeah.
you just come together because you don't know anybody. So you're just
Yeah,
there.
true,
You're
true.
looking out for the people who look Dutch.
Yeah,
And you can see when someone looks Dutch.
when someone looks
always looking with like a dirty look on their face, like ooh.
You can also
you know they're
hear
Dutch.
when someone is Dutch because they still have the accent. I talked to my housing last night.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, I can really hear you're Dutch.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have an American guy, and he was kind of like, "Oh, so are you American?" I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm housing you. Remember?" He was really. I think it was kind of to flatter me because I don't really have an American accent.
Oh no.
I hope.
Well,
No, no, thank you.
No, but I don't think you have like a Dutch accent, but you do.
Thank you.
you do have
Yeah, you
an
do have.
accent.
Yeah, exactly. I
I
can't
do.
pinpoint it, but you have an accent.
Yeah, I do.
But I mean, even the SGs have accents, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
Okay, so another question, maybe about the SGs.
Oh no.
I mean, our Secretary Generals Pleun and Julian. What is your opinion of them this year? Please be a little bit
Absolutely
positive.
hate them.
Please be
I'm
positive.
just joking. I love them as SGs because maybe I think you as the staff, you mostly saw Pleun doing a lot of the work, but you don't see Julian. He does a lot of the administration work. And I don't think, well, maybe the DSGs, the Deputy Secretary Generals, maybe they did see them. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think the staff, they didn't see Julian working as hard as he
Julian
did.
is really kind of, Pleun always just, she says things to you and Julian thinks them out. So if, most of the time.
No hate to Pleun though.
Yeah. But I mean, love them both, don't worry. But Pleun mostly also says things that Julian has thought out or
Yeah.
they thought out together.
Yeah, but I thought it was so interesting because at the beginning, I mean, the representation task, they actually do work around the entire year. And the other tasks, they usually do work around like the 2 months before HMUN.
Yeah.
I think it worked like that. And I saw Julian doing a lot of the administration work for conferences that we went to. And Pleun, she was mostly like busy with HMUN. So I think like maybe more to eigenlijk is
Yeah,
this.
so I'm the sponsoring manager, so not a DSG. So
way.
I have.
She's the loser.
Well, that's rude. So I had way less contact with the SGs because I only saw them like weekly in our briefings. And yeah, sure. But then I took some tasks from DSGO, and you have much more contact with them, and they do so much work.
Yeah.
You would not believe. And they have schoolwork on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
I would have thought it was much work, and then I saw them working. I was like, wow. Do I want to do this?
Yeah,
Do I ever want to try to
Pleun
do
is
this?
always like, she texted me once at like 2 a.m. about a task, and I was like, "Girl, are you
Yeah.
still awake?"
MUN and sleep don't go together.
I think I got 4 hours of sleep this night because I have 2 people housing,
Yeah.
and I have a boy and a girl, and I didn't want them to sleep in the same bed.
No.
So I gave up my room to my housing, and I had to sleep in my brother's room because he's going to uni right now. And I cannot sleep in a different bed. I just cannot do this. So I got 4 hours of sleep, and I woke up at 6 a.m. Where am I?
Yeah, I got like 3 hours of sleep, and I don't know how I'm still running. I have no idea.
Don't run.
Don't be calm. Be calm.
Smile, smile. Don't forget.
Yeah. But for our watchers, listeners, they might not even know what the representation branch is. What do you do?
I asked myself that also. No, representation, it basically means we are responsible for the conferences that the delegation of HMUN goes to. So we don't only go to HMUN, we also go to Almuna, Munich. We went to Cambridge, but that's international, so the international trip changes each year. And we're going to Ishman, I think, in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Please go. Please. We still have to get some delegates. But I find the delegates. I make sure they know what country they are. I also send them everything they need to know about the conference. And I have this year, I've taught a lot of people how to be a delegate this year. So I have the year below our year. They are the new delegates and also the staff of next year. So I taught them Hmun, basically. So cool of me.
That was
Yeah.
you.
I did that.
And Anna, you are in the organization branch.
Branch.
Like
task.
you kind of promoted. What is it like for you as sponsoring manager? Oh wait, you're not in the organization branch. You're
that
in
question doesn't add up. I'm in the
No.
administration branch.
Yeah, thank you. You forget that all the time.
Yeah, so Dan is our DSGA, and then
The
we
one with the
also
money.
have the one on the money. He's annoying. He sends you the bills. So, and then you have Anjali, and she did all the locations, which is so cool. I have no idea.
Did you see Lutherskerk?
I didn't. I have to go there. It's.
I went there, I think 2 hours ago. Don't know. Time flies.
Yeah.
But I went there. It is so pretty.
Yeah,
it
they
is
told
so
me.
pretty.
Oh,
I really have to go there.
Oh,
Let's go there.
That's the one with the red, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's really cool one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also have Bavo, which is also pretty. But you go.
So cool. You're gonna see that at the opening. We're so excited.
Yeah, at the episode.
So
Please
they
watch.
did well, and then I have to do the sponsoring, which is so much different than you think. It's just constantly sending emails and not getting replies, or getting reply, oh, that's so fun of you, so cool. We don't want to do anything.
So basically, you're just like annoying the entire time.
Oh yeah, I'm so annoyed. Like, but yeah, and Bar Le Duc decided to sponsor us, which is really nice of them. Yeah.
So sorry. There was a little inside joke. I'm so sorry. I'll get professional again. But Anna, because you said already about the sponsoring, many people don't reply. I mean, how do you handle that?
The rejection.
The rejection.
Rejection, people. Being
self-guilt.
ghosted is awful. No, so normally I just start annoying them by sending many emails, but you don't want to be unprofessional. So you try to do it really politely and like once every 2 weeks or something. And then after like 4 emails, I actually gave up.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, that's so fair of you.
After
that you gave
a
up.
few emails from a student, I would probably say as a company like ill and block them. Honestly.
Ill, you're blocked.
You're blocked.
Yeah, but even the brands that say yes, stop replying. It's so, yeah, they just...
That's just weird.
Yeah, I know. And you can't like bind them to a contract because it's, well, you can, but we don't.
Because we're
it's
non-profit.
Yeah.
So we can't.
So yeah, I'm not sure, but we don't do it. And it would make my life a hell of a lot easier if we did. So it's tedious work. But it's fine. I liked it. I liked being part of this.
I mean, also, you have been such a big part of why we can put HMUN so pretty and why we can have such cool external locations.
Definitely.
As Lutherskerk and as Bavokerk, because you did the sponsoring and got us, well, the money.
Yeah. And we're really proud of you.
Yeah, we're so proud of you.
Really proud of you. As your Deputy Secretary Generals, we are really proud of you.
Well, she's her own deputy secretary.
I am.
That is my DSG. No one will replace him.
Yeah. No, he's not.
I think we have to get Dan on the podcast next.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Dan
you
is
want
so
Dan on the
fun.
podcast?
No, you don't want Dan on the podcast. He will start saying things.
But this has actually been really much fun. But I think we have to wrap up now
Oh, yeah.
because, you know, Peter is coming in a few.
Are we getting replaced by Peter?
I think so.
We're
We are-
so much more
But
fun.
we are the staff.
Yeah, I know.
What is happening?
Well, he
What
was
is-
an SG and you weren't. So.
Okay. Okay. I see how
Okay,
it
well,
is.
that's,
but it's been actually quite fun. And please join us for Peter. And thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Hi everyone, welcome back to our podcast. I'm here with a former SG of ours, Peter van Leyenveld. How is it, Peter, to be attending as a former staff member?
Well, it's obviously an honor to be back, and I love to see how every year you guys evolve and find new methods and new ways to make this conference a lot better. But it does feel weird, not being in an orange suit and not wearing an orange tie. But I'll get over it, so it's all right.
What's your favorite memory from being in the staff?
From being in the staff, whoa. Well, I think last year as Secretary General, the feeling of everything falling in place, that was just something that you will not experience a lot, because you work towards HMUN an entire year. You plan out every second, you think of every second, and then that it just all happens, and you can just take a step back and relax. So that's probably my favorite memory of it all.
Yeah, and when you were a Secretary General with Celeste, what was your dynamic like? Were you really like good friends, or did you really work hard together?
Yeah, with Celeste, we were always we both had the same goals. So we had very high standards, and we knew that of each other, and we were also, of course, very good friends. But I think what made me and Celeste good partners in being SGs was that we weren't afraid to say no to each other. We could get in huge fights, and half an hour later we would have a meeting together, or we could just grab a coffee together. So that's the best part of working with Celeste.
Yeah, and before you were Secretary General, what position did you have?
I was DSGA, so I did a lot of the finances, but I also was the first person to start doing external locations. So Pavilion and that kind of stuff. I did that the year before, and then Visser, they asked me to become Secretary General eventually, which is an honor.
So when did you think like, oh, Secretary General is something for me? Was it when they asked you to, or did you already think it through?
No, I come from a family of Secretary Generals. My oldest sister was the Secretary General in 2015, and my middle sister was the Secretary General in 2017, I think. So since I was 9, I was at HMUN, being an admin or walking around, and was kind of raised here. So it was always an ambition that I had, just to top my sisters and even make it even bigger and better conference. So yeah.
Yeah, and not to throw any shade to your sisters, but do you think that worked?
Well, yeah. Let's throw some shade at my sisters. Yeah, I think it did work. Yeah, I do not want to be mean to them, but I think last year what we put down was just it had never been done before. With the coordination, the logistics of it all, the largest conference ever held, most sponsors, that kind of things. Those are just really achievements that you can be proud of as an SG. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you look back on your SG time, I mean, we all know a conference can be very stressful. I mean, how do you look back on those stressful moments?
Yeah, the stress. I think it was needed. You need to have a little bit of stress. I think if you're too relaxed, you do not care enough. So the stress was really part of the process to get there. And eventually at HMUN, I was not very stressed because everything fell into place, and I could just take a step back, go for lunch, and chill a lot. So that was really, really relaxed. But the days before, I did pull a lot of all-nighters, with a lot of coffee. Yeah.
Relatable.
So before that, yeah.
And when you look on your future, do you think you might do anything in politics?
Maybe. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, it's a hard question. I did become member of a political party quite a while ago, but I'm focusing on studying architecture next year. So
Cool.
I'm not going to study something with politics, but who knows? Huh?
So no international law for you?
No, not law for me. It's too much reading. I don't like that. Yeah.
I get that. And when you think about any beginning delegates, what would you like to say to them?
beginning delegates a long time ago. Well, I just say have fun, you know, and be confident in speaking, in just putting yourself out there, because I think what stops a lot of delegates is the fear of, oh, I'm not going to make a proper speech. I'm going to stumble and stuff, and it ruins your experience at an MUN conference. Be confident, and it's all right if you mess up. The only thing you can do with that is learn from it. So really just say, you know, be confident.
Is there anything else you would like to say to the listeners? I want to say watchers, but I think no one's watching. Yeah, is there anything else you'd like to say?
I'd like to say to the listeners, I don't know, obviously visit HMUN if you're listening now.
Definitely.
Yeah, visit HMUN. It's amazing to be back, and it's amazing to see all your hard work work out. So
Thank you.
Yeah. How do you feel with it all?
I mean, it was stressful. It was honestly stressful. This morning we had some stressful moments, but I'm really glad it all worked out.
Yeah.
You know, our staff is so amazing. They do everything with their heart and soul, and they won't stop until it's finished. So I'm really glad with everyone.
Yeah. That's a good
Yeah.
feeling, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we need to wrap up because I need to get to the opening.
Oh, yeah.
To put everything in place. But thank you so much for coming, and thank you for
Obviously.
your answers.
Yeah, good luck with the conference.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Yes.